Hello Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Pisces, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it, and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Pisces, let's get started. What's the overall energy for this connection? All right, let's see what we got. So we do have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. The bottom of the deck, we do have separation. And then we also have reconciliation. Okay. This to me feels like two separate energies. So pick and choose who you are in all of this, Pisces. But it kind of looks like somebody in this equation is 100% done, while the other person's really hoping that that's obviously not the case. Okay. So it kind of looks like, you know, things came to an end between you and this person, Pisces. And you might be the one that's like 100% done with this person. But even if you are 100% done with this person, you know, this person's really hoping that that's not the case. You know, this person's really hoping that, you know, eventually the two of you will get back together. You know, this is somebody who is trying their hardest to accept the fact that it's over, but with reconciliation coming out here, it just kind of looks like they're having a hard time with that. Or you might be having a hard time with this if the roles are reversed. But Pisces, let's focus on you first and we'll jump over to your person. Just keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. How does Pisces currently view this relationship? All right, Pisces. So we do have the King of Pentacles. We do have the Ace of Swords. And then we also have the Judgment card out here. Could be connecting with an earth sign strongly. So a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Possibly even an air sign. So a Gemini, Libra. Possibly even an Aquarius. We also have specifically Scorpio out here as well. So in regards to how you're currently viewing this relationship, I don't necessarily feel like this is your energy. I feel like this is the person that you recently decided to basically walk away from, that you recently decided to basically end things with, okay? Kind of looks like this person you know, wants to have a conversation with you about what, I don't know, but it looks like this person does want to have a conversation with you. So we do see this person extending themselves to you, Pisces. But the thing is that it looks like you're not interested in having a conversation with this particular person about absolutely anything. You know, as far as you're concerned, this relationship is done and over with, and there's nothing for the two of you to basically discuss and or even talk about, okay? I'm kind of getting like the Queen of Swords vibe off of you. I am definitely getting that. You're harnessing Queen of Swords energy strongly is basically what I'm getting. So you're very cold, I would say, towards this particular person. Of course, this person could have given you many reasons to be this cold towards them. You know, that's definitely a possibility, but I'm just getting like a coldness coming from you, which is typically not like you, Pisces. I mean, you guys are like very warm and fuzzy, you know what I mean? And just extremely loving people. So the fact that you're very, very cold towards this person, I mean, that's kind of, you know, definitely making me feel like this person kind of pushed you to that point. I am getting that. But they do want to have a conversation with you. But it looks like you don't want to have a conversation with them. How does this person currently view this relationship? Let's see, let's see. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. We have the Ace of Pentacles to Three of Cups to the Seven of Cups. This person that wants to have a conversation with you is somebody who also finds themselves, you know, currently dating someone in particular. Actually, I take that back. I feel like this person is dating more than one person, but I feel like there's like one person in particular that they can see themselves taking seriously. I mean, I will say that out of like all of the people that they find themselves connecting with. So let's just say this person's talking to 3 different chicks. There might be one chick that, you know, they can totally see themselves potentially having, you know, a serious relationship with, or this could be 3 different dudes that this person's talking to, and there might be one dude that this person can see themselves, you know, pursuing a relationship with. You know, that's definitely a possibility, you know, as well. I don't really know what gender this person's into, but you catch my drift, moral of the story. So okay, you know, I want to jump back to this Judgment card energy just to see why this person's even trying to like contact you. Because like I said, it does appear to me that this person's dating a few people, and there's one person in particular that they can see themselves having a serious relationship with. So as to why this person's even contacting you and trying to essentially resurface back up here for you, that I don't know, but I would like to kind of see. Okay. So we have the Five of Swords, we got the Four of Swords, makes sense. And then we also have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. If this was like Burger King have it their way, okay, Pisces, if this was Burger King have it their way, they would love nothing more for the two of you to be able to fix or repair things here with one another instead of them. You know what I mean? Like officially starting over and moving forward and moving on with their life and building with somebody else. They just want to see if there's still like a fighting chance that the two of you can be able to work things out and get back together is basically what I'm gathering. Hence why this person's basically contacting you. They just want to kind of see where your head is at and see if there's still fighting chance that the two of you could be able to work things out and get back together before they turn around and make a major life decision with a whole nother individual is basically what I'm getting. Okay. Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles to the Three of Cups. So we do have the Ten of Wands. We do have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And then we also have the okay, I'm just gonna basically tell you exactly how it came to me, and we're just gonna roll with it. Is this somebody that they can see themselves pursuing a relationship with and or taking seriously? Yes, I am definitely getting that. But when it comes down to this person that they're connecting with, I feel like this person's really trying their hardest to like, pursue, them in a relationship with them. I am definitely getting that. Out of the rest of the people, I guess, that this person finds themselves chit-chatting with, getting to know, there's one person in particular that's really trying their fucking hardest to pursue them in a relationship with them. How do I explain how your person's internalizing this? Don't get me wrong, to a degree, I think that this person that you used to deal with really does like this new person. However, there's something about them trying too hard that's like a massive turn off, I would say, for this person that you used to basically deal with. Is basically what I'm gathering. It's just too easy. Is basically what I'm getting. It's just too easy. It's just too easy. And I think that that's like a massive, like, I don't know, like turn off for this person in some way, shape, or form. I'm also getting to that this person that they could see themselves pursuing, a relationship with, not only is it too easy, and I don't really know what they're really referring to when I say that, it just doesn't pose a challenge to them, I think is what it is. This person might have Aries within their chart. They could even be an Aries. But yeah, I feel like it's just too easy. It doesn't really pose a challenge, to them. And I think that they don't necessarily like that about this new person. Like, don't get me wrong, this new person has certain qualities to them that they do like, hence why they can see themselves being with them. I just don't feel like this person that you used to deal with is that into this new person. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of look at this person like, yeah, I mean, they're a good person. They seem trustworthy. They seem loyal. So, I mean, yeah, I guess I can see myself being with this person. Yeah, I mean, they're loyal. They're trustworthy. They seem like a good person. And, they're really showing me that they're interested in me and they really want to be with me, which I do appreciate. But it's kind of coming from that place. It's not coming from a place of, oh my God, like, oh my God, like I'm so in love with this woman. I'm so in love with this man. Like, oh my God, like it's not coming from that place. Hopefully that makes sense, Pisces, because with you, it was just a different experience. Like with you, it's like they felt challenged. You know what I mean? Over here, they don't really feel challenged by this person or this connection. But with you, it kind of looks like this person felt challenged in some way, shape, or form. It's as if this person, basically felt like they had to try really, really hard to like woo you, impress you, capture you, things like that. But with this person, it's just too easy, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, this new person, they kind of come off to this person that you used to deal with as somebody who is like, like desperate. But with you, it wasn't like that. You didn't come off like, you were desperate to have a man in your life or a woman in your life. You know what I mean? With this one over here, it's like they kind of give them the vibe that they're like super desperate for them, which I don't necessarily feel like this person likes, if that makes any sense. So, then there's that. How does Pisces feel? Okay, so we do have the Ten of Swords, we do have the King of Cups, and then we also have the Lovers out here. You know, I kind of feel like you're in High Priestess like energy. I'm going to ask one more time how you feel, just to kind of get a rough idea what's going on your end. And sometimes this happens in readings when somebody falls into a high priestess like energy. It just basically represents somebody who's very withdrawn, you know, somebody who's very quiet, somebody who's very reserved, very to themselves. And I just kind of feel like that's just kind of where you're at, energetically speaking, when it comes down to this person. So you've definitely retracted your energy from this person. You're very withdrawn, you're very detached. You're not pouring time or energy towards this connection, which basically explains why we're not really picking up on you, energetically speaking, within this dynamic here between you and this person that you used to deal with. Okay, we're basically picking up on this person even more. Hence why this person is really overpowering your reading here, okay? So we do have the Lovers, we do have the King of Cups, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. Like I said, with you, it's just a different experience, you know, or it was, I'm sorry, a different experience. With you, it's like they felt challenged. They felt like they had to try their damn hardest, you know what I mean, to capture you, to get your complete and undivided attention, you know? This person felt like, you know, they had to like really, really show up and be everything that you basically wanted and or needed. You know what I mean? Like you just posed a challenge to this person. And I think that that's something that this person really did like about you and this dynamic between the two of you. Another thing too, you didn't necessarily make it easy for them. You know, you made them basically work for your love, work for your trust, work for your, you know, loyalty and all that you have to essentially give. This one over here is just handing it. Like, here you go, you can have everything. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, this new person is just too easy. And you weren't like that basically with them. But going back to like what I said, when it comes down to this new person, it's not coming from a place of, oh my God, I'm in love with this person. Oh my God. No, it's coming from a place of, yeah, I mean, you know, they're nice. They're nice. I mean, they seem like good people. You know, they seem trustworthy. So yeah, I guess, you know, I can see myself being with this person. I mean, I guess, you know, like, I guess if I had to pick and choose between these two chicks that I'm talking to right now, I guess I'll pick them. Or these, you know, 3 different dudes I'm talking to, I guess I'll pick him. You know, it's coming from that place. But, you know, with you, it was coming from a place of, oh my God, I'm in love. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I'm in love. Oh my God, I would do anything. You know what I mean? For Pisces, you know? Yeah, basically. So even though, yes, you know, this person is technically speaking talking to a whole nother person, and I feel like they're talking to more than one person. I don't feel like there's just one person they're talking to. I just kind of feel like there's one person out of all the people that they're talking to that they can, I guess, see themselves pursuing a relationship with. But with you, man, it's like the moment this person basically met you, it's like they just instantly knew that you were the one that they wanted to spend the rest of their life with, get married to. You know, they felt, you know, complete, you know what I mean? With you. It's basically what I'm getting, you know? Hence why this person's like really, really trying to like wiggle their way back into your life, you know, all over again. What actions? Okay. Not what actions, you know what I mean. All right, so we have the Two of Wands, Nine of Swords, and then we also have the Nine of Cups. When it comes down to how this person's currently feeling, I don't know if this person's consciously aware of this or not, but I do believe that this person is trying to fill the void of you, you know, within somebody else. And I feel like the more they attempt to try to fill the void of you within someone else, the more disappointed they're going to become, basically. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. You know, I think that this person thought, well, if I just put myself out there and I start dating new people and seeing new people, I'll for sure, you know, get over Pisces and stop thinking about Pisces. But it's actually creating the opposite effect. What we basically see here is them being reminded of you even more in this connection that they once upon a time had with you and how it's not the same. And people do that sometimes when a relationship comes to an end. They try to fill the void, you know, of that person that they were once upon a time romantically involved with, which I kind of feel like it's something that nobody should ever honestly do, because I say this a lot in my readings. Like, at the end of the day, Pisces, you're one of a kind. Nobody in this life could basically replace you. Granted, they might find someone, you know, that might be similar, I guess, to you in certain, you know, in a certain way, shape, and or form, but will that a person be 100% like you? No, absolutely not. You're one of a kind. Nobody in this life could essentially replace you. So anyways, I think this person's kind of quickly realizing that the very thing they thought will help them basically get over you is the very thing that's causing this person to be even more reminded of you and this connection that they share with you. Tell me more about the Three of Cups. Okay, so we have the King of... You know, the thing is that physically, right? Physically, this person, you know, might be, you know, around this person, talking to this person, going on dates with this person, but mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, this person is basically with you. So this is kind of like the epitome, right, of them going on a date with someone, and instead of them, you know, focusing on, you know, their date and getting to know that person or whatever, they probably have that person that they're dating do all of the talking, is basically what I'm getting, because mentally this person's not there, you know, in that date, in that moment. They're somewhere else, aka on you, and this dynamic that they once upon a time had with you, and the falling out of it all, and, you know, things like that. So physically, yeah, they might be with this person, but mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, this person is basically still stuck on you, still basically with you. But I am getting that this person, like, they have their date do all of the talking. Like, they might ask them a question in hopes that they get like a very, very long response, so that way they can basically tune out, you know, mentally speaking, is basically what I'm getting. Is basically what I'm getting. I know it's very weird, but that's kind of what I'm getting. So they can tune out mentally and go back to thinking about what they want to think about, which is basically you and this dynamic that they once upon a time had, you know, with you, is basically what I'm getting. What actions will Pisces take towards this person or moving forward? Let's see if we pick up on you. We have the Three of Pentacles, so Two of Pentacles, so Six of Cups. Yeah, there's going to come a point in time where this person's going to try a little bit harder to basically get you back. Okay, so for example, let's just say that this person hits you up via text, via phone call, and you don't text them back, you don't call them back. Well, they plan on taking it up a notch. If this person knows where you live, they might show up at your house. If this person knows where you work, they might show up at your job. You know what I mean? Or they might just blow your damn phone up. You know, I just kind of see this person trying harder to basically get you back. And I feel like something's happening over here that's causing this person to fall into this energy of, nah, I can't lose Pisces. Wait a second, I can't lose them. What actions will this person take towards Pisces or moving forward? Hold on, let me fix this. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords, Three of Wands, and then we also have the High Priestess out here. Okay, the bottom of the deck, we do have the Seven of Pentacles. So it looks like this person attempted to contact you in some way, shape, or form, and they didn't necessarily get a response, okay? Like I said, something's definitely happening here on this person's behalf that's causing them to fall into this energy of like, nah, like I gotta get up and I gotta take action in Pisces' direction. I gotta talk to them. I gotta see them. I gotta, because I can't lose them. You know what I mean? I feel like after this person hit you up, however it is that they did, Pisces, kind of looks like this person was patiently waiting to receive a response from you, and it kind of looks like they didn't, okay? Now, I do want to look a little bit more into what's happening here between these two humans, because something's happening between these two humans, them and this new person, that's causing them to also fall into this energy of, nah, I gotta get up and do something. I feel like this plays a massive role in all of this, as far as you not, you know, hitting this person back up. So the fact that you're not, you know, responding back to them or returning their phone calls, it kind of has this person, you know, thinking that you might just be done with them, you know, for good, creating a massive panic for them. But I feel like it has a lot to do with like what's going on between these two too. So what's going on between this person Pisces used to deal with and this new person? Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles, we got the Four of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. Like I said, this person thought that, well, if I just start talking to new people, dating new people, I'll for sure, you know, forget about Pisces. And it's creating the opposite effect, and it's causing this person to feel like they're not actually ready to let you in this dynamic that they once upon a time had with you go, is basically what I'm getting, okay? Now, with that being said, that's another reason why this person's trying extra hard. Now, when it comes down to what's going to happen between these two, okay? Ugh. Um, in regards to what's going to end up happening here between these two, when it comes on to this new person that they could kind of see themselves pursuing a relationship with, because, you know, they seem like a good guy, they seem like a good girl, you know what I mean? um I do see this dynamic between these two coming to an end because they're bringing it to an end. So before this person basically hits you up, well, no, that's a lie, because it looks like this person's going to hit you up while still dating this person over here. But once they don't get a response from you, Pisces, that's when things are going to start to shift on their part. And that's when this person's going to start to, like, you know, find themselves in a state of panic, because it's going to cause this person to feel like, oh shit, Pisces is done with me. No, 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 I got to get up and do something about this, right? So before this person makes another attempt in your direction, because they will, that's kind of besides the point, I do see them having a conversation with this other individual. And this other individual that I see them having, you know, a conversation with is basically the person that they kind of saw themselves, you know, pursuing a relationship with, because, you know, they're a really good guy, they're a really good girl. I mean, why not, right? I feel like they're making this new person's biggest, you know, fear come true. What do I mean by that? It kind of looks like when these two started dating one another, this person had many conversations about you with this new person, okay? And I feel like it gave this new person the impression that this person may still be in love with you. Now, there's a possibility, there's a huge possibility that the person that you used to deal with could have kind of brushed it off, like, no, I'm not in love with Pisces anymore. I'm so over them. It ain't even fucking funny. I will never run back to them. I will never take them back, even if they showed up at my front doorstep. All of that was basically BS. It doesn't really benefit this person. You got to keep in mind, it doesn't really benefit this person to tell this new person, yeah, I'm still in love with Pisces. Yeah, I'm still in love with them. Oh, yeah, still. No, it doesn't benefit them. It doesn't benefit them to sit here and tell this new person all of that, because it could cause this new person to lose interest in them. And let's be honest, who wants to freaking pursue a relationship with somebody who's still in love with somebody else? Nobody. You see how it just doesn't benefit them? So I do see them having like a heart to heart with them and just being honest with them and, you know, telling them straight up, look, like, I'm still in love with, you know, Pisces, and I want to try to work things out, with Pisces. And I'm starting to also realize that I'm not actually ready for a relationship. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they don't know if they're going to be able to repair things here with you. There's a possibility that you might be done with them, like, for good. That's a possibility, Pisces. But they're just letting this person know, like, look, like, this is where I stand, this is how I feel, like, you know, even if I'm not able to work things out with Pisces, I could just tell I'm not ready, you know, to date anybody else or, you know, pursue anybody else right now, because in reality this person's not, you know what I mean? So even if they're not able to pull this reconciliation off with you like they want to, it kind of looks like what they're gonna do is just be single until they feel like they're finally over you, like, for good, before they start putting themselves out there all over again, because none of this brings them pleasure, by the way, okay? Like, them talking to new people, dating new people, it does not bring them any ounce of freaking pleasure or happiness or joy. It doesn't. It creates the opposite effect. If anything, it causes this person to think about you even more and miss you even more, and crave you even more. You see, it just, none of this benefits this person as far as dating someone new is concerned. So, you know, then there's that, right? And unfortunately, I do feel like they're making this person's biggest fear come true, because I feel like this new person kind of suspected that this individual was still very much so in love with you. And it does appear to me that they definitely are. Okay. Okay. Wow. I'm getting like a massive glow up coming from you, Pisces. I don't know. There's just something about your physical appearance is basically what I'm getting. I don't know if you changed your hair color or what you did with your physical appearance, but there's something about your physical appearance that has drastically changed. I just don't know what it is exactly. But I am definitely getting that, you know, you and this person will definitely see one another again in some way, shape, or form. And I think that the first thing that they're going to notice about you is how much you've changed physically speaking, but in a good way, not in a bad way. So I don't know, maybe you changed your hair color. That's a possibility. Or maybe you did something else with your physical appearance, but I do see this person noticing something about your physical appearance has drastically changed. I'm just kind of getting like a glowing up energy, you know, coming from you. Okay. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this person, they are going to definitely make another attempt to have a conversation with you. But it's just the way that they're going about this other attempt that's going to catch you off guard. It's not something that you're expecting from them or you're going to see coming from them. It's like they're doing something that you never even thought this person would turn around and actually freaking do. So like, for example, let's just say that, you know, this person's not the type of person to just pop up at somebody's house unannounced. Well, guess what? They might show up at your house unannounced. Or they might not be the type of person to like pop up at your job unannounced. Well, they're popping up at your damn job. You know what I mean? Unannounced. There's just something about the way that they're going about having this conversation with you that's going to really catch you off guard. It's not something that you're anticipating or expecting from this person. Which makes sense. You know, it kind of looks like you guys have been dealing with one another for quite some time now. So I think that you know this person well enough to know what they're capable of and what they're not capable of. But I don't think that you've ever seen this person in a state of like desperation before, to the point where now they're doing things out of character. You know what I mean? Like popping up at your job unannounced, popping up at your, you know, place unannounced. Like maybe these are things that you've never honestly foresaw this person ever doing. And then here they are doing it, but it's because they're in a massive state of desperation to basically get you back. And the fact that I keep getting them laying eyes on you, like specifically laying eyes on you, is kind of making me feel like this is going to be, you know, a situation where they're popping up on you unannounced. You're not gonna like see all this coming. This to me kind of feels like more like a face-to-face encounter that you're about to have with this person, and you're not gonna see it coming. Okay, so I don't feel like this is them, you know, texting you or calling you. No. Like this to me feels like a in-face type of, you know, encounter that you're going to find yourself having with this person at some point. Now, what you decide to do when this person does pop up on you unannounced is entirely up to you. If I had to guess what it is that you're going to find yourself essentially doing when this does occur, is giving in to this entire situation all over again. And here's why. I think that when this person and you come face to face, I think that a lot of, you know, emotions are going to come back up to the surface, which is going to prompt you as well as influence you to be open and receptive towards having a conversation. The way that they were contacting you before, it caused you in a way to feel a little bit more in control of the situation. But when this one over here is like, you know, in your face, you know what I mean? It kind of looks like it's a different type of vibe and energy that we basically get from you. You know what I mean? To the point where you can't help but to give into this person, this connection. So I do feel like this person more than likely is going to get a lot further with you if they were to pop up on you versus hitting you up via like text, you know what I mean, or social media. Like you could always turn around and block it, you know, block them, I'm sorry. You could always turn around and delete it. But you know, when this person's in your face, you know what I mean, you can't turn around and block them, you know what I mean, you can't turn around and delete them, you know what I mean. Of course you could always slam the door, you know what I mean, in this person's face if you wanted to, or just not answer the door at all. But I don't know, we're seeing a whole new you when this person's in your face, is basically what I'm trying to explain. It's a whole new you. It's like the polar opposite of what we initially saw when this person was contacting you, like via text, phone call, things of that nature. It's a whole new you. It's a whole new you. We don't see you cold. We don't see you detached. We don't see you with the energy of, nah, like leave me the hell alone. We don't see you harnessing that energy. It's just another energy that you're experiencing when this person's in your face. Is basically what I'm getting at. I think that it's just because it's, you know, because this person's in your face, you know what I mean? It's just stirring up a lot of, you know, old emotions, you know what I mean, back up to the surface. So yeah, I think that you guys will have a conversation. I think that you'll be open and receptive towards one. And it could prompt the two of you to get back together. That's, you know, that's a possibility. Yeah, it's a huge possibility, but either which way you get to decide how this plays out. You know, you get to decide if you are going to be open and receptive towards having a conversation with this person or not. I'm just telling you that the likelihood of the two of you getting back together, it's looking very, very possible. I just kind of feel like they have to go about this in a specific way. Like, instead of them contacting you via text, via phone call, you know, this person might have to go down the route of showing up, honestly, at your place unannounced, showing up at your job unannounced, and pouring their heart out to you in that manner instead of doing it via text, via phone call. Because I think that this person will essentially get a lot further with you if they go down that route. Not encouraging them to do it. I'm just saying that it kind of looks like what they plan on doing anyways is what's going to potentially cause a relationship between the two of you to, you know, fall back into place all over again. But again, that still is entirely up to you though. All right. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys